Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Rick Van Ness Show. Today, as you guys could tell by the title of this video, I'm gonna talk to you about my dog that passed away. This was let me start from the beginning. I'm a dog person. I've always loved dogs. I prefer a dog over a cat. I like cats, but I prefer a dog over a cat. I love animals in general. I love all animals, but I prefer a dog. And I always loved pugs. I always loved how pugs looked, and I always wanted a pug. There was one day, I guess this was a while back when I was still in college. I was going to school full time, and I was going to work full time. I used to work in the morning and then go to school. I take 2 classes at night at school, and then yeah, so Monday through Thursday it was just, I didn't have any free time for myself. And but I always wanted a pug. I always wanted a little pug. And I used to look at the penny saver. You guys don't know what a penny saver is. I know there's a lot of you young out there watching this. The penny saver is basically like 5 miles or OfferUp or Let Go. If you guys don't know what those apps are on your phone, it's basically like eBay, but instead of you sending out the shipment, the person that's buying the thing comes and picks it up out of your house, and they haul it out themselves. So that's basically how it works. That's how the penny saver worked, but it was a magazine back in the day. They used to send a magazine every Saturday, and they sell everything: furniture, underwear, pets, everything. They sold everything, cars, basically everything. Everything that they sell on eBay, they sold it on the penny saver. You just had to go pick it up yourself. Yeah, so I remember every single Saturday I used to get the penny saver, and I used to look through the pets and to see if they had a pug available. And one day they did have a pug available, and coincidentally, well, I don't think it's coincidence, I think it was meant to happen. That same weekend that I had got, this was around tax season, I had got my money already for my income tax, and the pug showed up on that same Saturday on the penny saver. There was a pug for sale, and for $400 at the time. It was pretty expensive. They're still pretty expensive. Pugs are usually like $1,000, from $200 to $1,000 something dollars, depending who you buy it from. This guy was selling it for $400 at the time. It's pretty expensive, but I always wanted a pug, and I love dogs, so I was like, why not spoil myself, with a dog? So I go and I get the dog. Right away I fall in love with the little pug. His name was Whiskey, and then I named him Whiskey, and because I've always wanted to name my dog Whiskey for some strange reason, and but it stuck. Everybody liked the name Whiskey. Anyways, I go and I pick him up. I fall in love with him. He's tiny little thing. Let me show you how tiny he was. Like this little guy. This little guy might look big, but look at my hand size compared to his head. He's tiny. He's like his head is the size of my fist. It's tiny. Look at this little thing compared to my face. On video it looks a lot bigger, but when I went to go pick this little guy up, when they were sending me the pictures to see what he looked like, he looked huge. I thought he was already a lot bigger, and then I saw him in person. He was like super tiny. On person he looks tiny, guys. On camera he doesn't look so tiny, but camera does add a few pounds. Anyways, this is how big my dog was when I first picked him up. He's 3 months old right now, and when I went to go pick him up, I put him in my car. I put him in the passenger side, and on the way home he threw up in the car. Luckily I had some pads, and he threw up. He was car sick. He's never been in the car. Took him home. I had him. Loved the dog. I did everything for him. Like I showed him how to go poo poo in the pads and pee pee in the pads, and I fed him and took care of this dog. Anyways, after a year and a few months, I had to go to school. Like I said, I was working full time. I was working full time and going to school full time. So at night I had to go to school. So spider on my finger. Anyways, I had to go to school at night, and at that time it was raining with thunderstorms and lightning and whatnot. And my dog was so scared of lightning and thunderstorms that he used to always hide under things and just shake, and he wouldn't make a noise. He would just hide under things. I remember one time he hid under my couch, and I couldn't find him for a while. He wouldn't say anything. I'll call to him and he wouldn't say anything, and after a while, like, I'll keep calling, and then he'll come and run to me. Anyways, that night I went to school. In my room there was a second bathroom. I was still living with my parents at the time, and the second bathroom, people used to use it whenever they had to go use the restroom. The other bathroom was being occupied. They came into my bathroom, so I used to leave my door unlocked, and they knew that the dog was in here, but I used to leave my door unlocked, and the dog never really went out of my room without me taking him out of my room. But anyways, that person had to come use the restroom. They opened the door, and my dog was so scared of the lightning and the thunderstorms that he just booked it out. He just took off, like he just left, and he went to the back room. And the person that came to use the restroom didn't know that the back room, man, throwing hairs all over the place, didn't know that the back room was open. The back room door was open to the backyard. So they just said they really had to go to the restroom, so they just said, I'll just get him later on. I'll get the dog later on. Let me go use the restroom, and I'll go get the dog. It wasn't a big deal. They come, they use the restroom. I'm guessing it was number 2 because it took a while for them to get to the backyard. Anyways, the person goes to the backyard, and they start calling for my dog, and my dog was nowhere to be found. They thought that he might have went under one of the fences and just booked it out of here. And they kept calling for him. He wouldn't show up, but of course there was thunderstorms, so he wouldn't come out anyway, so he'll just be hiding under something. And so I remember that day I was at school. My mom called me 3 times. I didn't pick up the first 2 times because I was like, why is she calling me? She knows I'm at school. Third time I was like, okay, yeah, it's an emergency. So the emergency, I was like, okay, I'll answer my phone. I remember my teacher making fun of me because I didn't like pick up my phone and walked out. I just got up and I walked out. And my teacher said, I remember walking out, and because I used to sit in the front of the class, I got up and I walked to the back, and because the doors were at the back, so I had to walk out to the back. And he made a comment saying, when you gotta go, you gotta go. I remember the class laughing. Anyways, walked out, answered the phone. My mom said that my dog's missing. I was like, my dog's missing? And she's all like, yeah, somebody left the door open, and he took off to the back, but we can't find him in the back. He's nowhere to be found. I was like, what do you mean he's nowhere to be found? He's like, yeah, there's no, we've been calling him, and he's not coming. I was like, what the heck? And so what I did, I didn't even go to my second class. I just came straight home, and I came to look for him, and I kept calling to him. Usually after a few times that I call him, he comes and he comes to me. But this time he didn't come to me, and I was like, oh man, he's gone. So I started looking under everything. At the time, my dad had built a little river and a bridge over it. The river was probably like a foot deep, and had the little bridge right over it, you know. What am I to do? You gotta go down. You wanna go down? You wanna eat? I guess you gotta go eat. Anyways, the bridge was over it. I swear the little river was probably like this deep, but it was enough for my dog to go under it. At the time, it didn't have any water because it wasn't even finished. But my dog went under there to hit under there. There was no water yet, but since it was like pouring, he was out there for a few hours. It filled all the way up, and my dog couldn't get out of the bridge because his collar got stuck on one of the screws that was still under the bridge, and it got stuck right on the hook. So his head was submerged underwater, and he drowned. Unfortunately, he drowned, and I don't know. It was like he was calling to me. If dogs really do have souls, or I don't know how it works, but I felt like he was calling to me, telling me that he was under the bridge. And as weird as that sounds, I know it sounds weird, even sounds weird to me, but I felt like he was like, under the bridge, dude. And so I looked on the bridge, and sure enough, there he was. I saw his little paw on there, and I tried pulling him out, and of course his collar was stuck. I had to take out his collar and pulled him out. He was completely like frozen, like he was cold. And I still tried to, you know, give him CPR like the way you give dogs CPR. I didn't put my mouth to him. You have to squeeze his mouth and put your mouth right here and blow on his mouth. Try to do CPR. My dad tried to do CPR. Didn't work. It was too late. That's him barking. Anyways, it was too late, and yeah, I had to bury him. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that was my first dog. His name was Whiskey. Second dog was another pug. I didn't want to get any more dogs afterwards, but then I met my wife. At the time, she wasn't my wife; she was just my girlfriend. What's the matter, dude? He's barking at the cats. So at the time, she was my girlfriend, and she loved pugs too. Me and my wife were together, boyfriend and girlfriend, for 2 years until we got married. Some people are like, 2 years and you got married? What the heck? I was like, yeah, I mean, sometimes you know. Anyways, sometimes you know who your partner is for the rest of your life, and I met mine early, so just a blessing. Anyways, so yeah, she loved pugs too, and I told her the story about my dog. That's why I didn't want to get another dog. She was like, let's just get it, blah, blah, this and that. She explained to me all kinds of stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. I agreed to it, so we went, and we got another dog. We got him at the pet shop. We were both working at the time, so we could afford a dog at the pet shop. And we got a dog at the pet shop, and his name was Stupid. Literally, that was his name. His name was Stupid. The reason we called him Stupid because his little tongue used to hang out, and he used to look at us cross-eyed, and he used to twist his little neck every time we called to him. It was weird. That's why we call him Stupid. He was a very smart dog. He's very, very smart, but we used to call him Stupid. I wanted to call him the F word at the time. And that's what I wanted his name to be, but nobody would agree to it. So I was like, okay, we'll go with Stupid. So that's what his name was. His name was Stupid. Anyways, we took care of this dog for a while. We were still living at my mom's house at the time. And we wanted to move out to our own place. We decided to move out to our own place, and when we moved out to our own place, we couldn't find a place where they accepted dogs at the area we were working at. They didn't accept dogs in any apartment building that we saw. If they did, it was like an extra $200. We couldn't afford an extra $200. So we tried sneaking the dog in. It worked for like about 2 months, and then the manager found out that we had a dog. Eventually, of course, she was gonna find out, but she found out. She said, you can't have dogs, blah blah blah, this and that, and I was like, why not? Anyways, so we had to, unfortunately, we had to give it to somebody that could take care of it. At the time, we thought that my sister would be able to take care of it. It was either her or my wife's friend. We were gonna give it to my sister or my wife's friend. My sister didn't want it. We were gonna give it to my wife's friend. So we should have gave it to my wife's friend. Anyways, so we gave it to my sister, and her daughter was mostly taking care of it, and so was my sister. And they left the dogs in the backyard. When they left the dogs in the backyard, somebody jumped over the fence and took the dog because they saw a full-blooded pug, and they took him. And that dog was never to be seen again, unfortunately. So yeah. That's my second pug. This little guy, this little dude right here, say hi. It's gonna be big because look at his paws. His paws are huge. But anyways, this little guy's name is Potato. Little Potato. Say hi, Potato. Hi, Potato. Hi, everybody. Hi, Daddy. I'm Potato. Anyways, this little Potato. He's tiny. Look, this tiny little thing. Little pug. Got a little curly tail here. Little butthole. Nasty little butthole. He stinks. You stink. You stink. Look at his breathing. That's how you breathe. That's how pugs are. They have trouble breathing, but you have to clean all that stuff. Anyways, there are a lot of maintenance to take care of, but I love little pugs. Anyways, so yeah, this is the third dog. His name is Potato. The kids love him. Get to take care of him, play with them so much. So that's another reason why we wanted another dog, is because that my kids could grow up with. And the reason why we're in this place right now is because we're saving up money to get a house. So in a house we could take our pets to our house. Of course, there's not going to be anybody saying that you can't have pets there, because that's our decision. Anyways, yeah, so that's my story, guys. It sucks. I miss my little whiskey. I used to have his little tags. I had him hanging on my car, and then I got a car accident in that car. And got completely total. Took them and I put them away in my drawer. So they're still there. And Stupid, I don't know where Stupid's at. I just hope that whoever stole Stupid from us, hopefully they're taking care of them. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, because if you did, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, make sure you guys hit the thumbs down. But if you hit the thumbs down, guess what? I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I couldn't think of anything. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, I think. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, because if you guys do, guess what? You guys will see me on the next one. Peace.